Hi guys!
What up?
Welcome to the Kenny and Yessie channel. Hope you guys are okay. Doing well.
Doing good.
So, today, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the lockdown and binge situation that we got going on here. We haven't had really anything else to do. So,
Nope.
Quite a bit of time has been spent in front of the television.
Which is very rare for us. Like, we usually don't watch that much TV.
Usually.
Like, that's not really something we do. But I mean, you know, we used to go for walks in the park and stuff, but now we just...
Long walks. Those would take up several hours of our day.
Yeah, they would. Like, we would enjoy those walks. We have a lot of rivers around here, and so we would go for like river walks and stuff. So
I miss the river so much.
I know, right? Well, I guess we've been watching a lot of TV. Not actual TV. Like, we don't have cable. We just have like subscriptions, like Netflix, Hulu, Prime. Yeah.
AT&T TV.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Disney Plus now.
Yes. But we mostly stick to Netflix, Hulu, and
Prime.
Prime.
A lot of Hulu.
Yeah.
A lot of Hulu.
Yeah.
That's the go-to right there.
They have a lot of good shows. So what's the first one we're talking about?
First one we're going to talk about is the freshest one on our mind, which is Hilda.
Hilda! Yeah.
Now this, I know y'all looking at us like, well, you're looking at me like, you ancient. What you doing watching Hilda? That's a cartoon for kids. Listen, it might be a cartoon for kids.
It's pretty good though.
Some kids can't watch it.
Yeah.
Like, legit. Some kids cannot watch this cartoon.
It has some tough topics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I started watching it because I just like animated shows. I started watching it a while back though. Like last year? Yeah, last year. And then I kind of just stopped because we don't watch TV that much. So I didn't keep on watching it even though I really liked it.
It's kind of her thing to watch something and then not finish it.
Yeah, because I don't watch TV that much. Like, I'm usually, you know, if we're not doing something, I'm reading a book or crocheting or, yeah, I don't know, you know, doing a puzzle or something. But I started watching it. I liked it. And Kenny was like, what are you watching? I was like, Hilda. So it used to be like the thing that I would watch by myself. And then one day we were just sitting in the living room and he decided to put it on Hilda for me. And then he started liking it.
I know, I'm a sweetheart.
He is. What made you like it?
I think it just, like, I sometimes enjoy cartoons that touch on more adult theme type stuff. And then I'm also a fan of the coming of age type stuff. Outside of books, like books that are come of age, I can't get with them. They're too kiddie for me.
Really?
They don't go hard enough.
I guess.
For me.
I guess.
But like cartoons that touch on adult topics and stuff like that, but it's meant for kids, I feel like they're like right in the sweet spot for kid. This is for kids, but adults can enjoy it.
Yeah, true.
And I enjoy that kind of stuff. In addition to that, I think the artwork is pretty cool. Like the way it looks is pretty cool the way they did it, because not too many cartoons look like that.
No, I really like it. I was pretty sad when we got to the end of it and there's like no more episodes, and I'm like, but why? We want more. I know that Hilda is actually it is in comic book form. I don't know which came first, the comic book or the show, but I have seen at least one volume at the middle school library. But yeah,
I feel like the comic book might have came first because the cartoon kind of has that comic book aesthetic to it.
It does. Yeah, it might have. I really don't know. It is a Netflix original, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's on Netflix. And it follows this. I don't even know how old she is.
I don't either. I wouldn't put her older than like 12.
Right. This girl who was living in the woods, with her mom in a cabin, and she would just be out on the woods exploring and finding different creatures, magical creatures, and she would have adventures with them. Well, they find out that they are actually living in the middle of like an elf settlement. And so they're actually disturbing the elves' lives because to them they're like giants. But see, humans can't see the elves unless the elves give them permission. And to give them permission, humans have to actually sign a long, super long contract that is teeny tiny. And so, somehow, I don't even remember how, but she is able to see one of the elves, and she signs the contract and whatever. And so they end up having to move to the city because they don't want to disturb the elves, and I don't know what else. And so then like the real adventure starts because she has to learn to navigate city life and being with other kids, and which is a bigger adventure sometimes than being with other creatures. And
her brain is a mess. The way she thinks sometimes is just yes. Like there's no thought before the action.
No, she just goes right through and
like a kid, she's impulsive.
I mean, so it's a very good show. It does touch upon like bullying, like, you know, like I don't know, other things.
Everything. Like even like depression kind of.
Yeah, it does. And so yeah, I mean, you might want to check it out.
Show it to your kids, but be careful about showing it to your kids.
Right. If they're too little, you probably know.
Yeah.
Maybe watch an episode or two and see if you would want to show it to your kids.
I think it's rated for like 7 and up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like TV V7 or something like that.
Ah, okay. But, you know, check it out. Maybe it's something your kids might want to watch. That isn't just a cartoon, but it's like...
It's good.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's good. Like, even for adults, it's good. Mm-hmm. It's a good show.
It is. So I really do hope that they get more episodes out, but who knows? I don't even know how old the show is. So, it might be too old, and...
It can't be that old.
No?
No. But with everything that's going on, you know, production might have stopped because people can't be in the same place.
Yeah.
Well, couldn't be in the same. Anyway,
what's our next show?
Nosferatu. I cannot think of his name off the top of my head.
Manx?
The guy playing Manx, the actor.
Oh, Superman. I don't know.
Superman?
Isn't he Superman?
He is not Superman.
I thought he was Superman.
No, he's
Isn't he Spock? Doesn't he play Spock?
He plays Spock.
He plays Spock.
Yeah. What is his name? I'm gonna look him up. You can talk. I'm gonna look him up.
Well, Nosferatu. It is a show based off on a book, Nosferatu, by Joe Hill. We actually have the book. Of course we own the book. Of course we've read the book.
Yeah, of course.
Like, why not? And the book did come before the show. of course. So there's the book, and then there is like a prequel graphic novel called Wraith.
It's starring Zachary Quinto. This dude is an amazing actor. I mean, amazing.
He's really good.
Like, fantastic actor. He played Spock. He played Sylar in Heroes. If you didn't watch the show Heroes, you should watch that.
I didn't watch Heroes. Sorry?
I watched that show. I watched the entire series like 10 times.
I know you did.
She never watched it with me. I tried to get her to do it. She wouldn't do it.
Okay, well, I have to watch it.
It's not even there anymore. We gotta find it now and buy it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. But yeah.
He plays the bad guy. Like the main villain.
He does play the bad guy. He's a pretty good bad guy. I will say that the show is very different from the book. I mostly, like, if I read the book and then watch the movie or whatever, I'm like, ugh, the book was better.
Always an mm-mm.
Like, he doesn't like to watch stuff that I've read before with me because I'll be like, I'll be watching it and I'll be like, mm-mm.
She can't separate the book from the show. And it's like, the show, a lot of times, is going to be its own thing. It's just going to be loosely based on the book.
Yeah.
And she can't take it. She can't take it.
I love the book. What can I say? But, this, I actually like the show. I can't say I like it better than the book, but I do like the show. He does, apparently.
I have a master's degree in screenwriting. It's just something that I like more. I don't know what it is.
Anyway, I like the book. I think in this instance, I do like the book for what it is and the show for what it is. Because I understand why they kind of took it in the direction they're taking it. It's just to make it longer. In all honesty, I'm pretty sure it's because they want to make the show longer. And if they were following the book to the T, it would be a much shorter.
It'd be done in one season.
Yeah, like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good show.
I feel like we would ruin it if we.
Yeah, we can't go into it.
Yeah.
Because it's too many things that
right.
You can't really go into it.
I will say it will make you look at Christmas differently. Yeah. You might not want to smell gingerbread after watching it. Especially if you read the book. Well, if you listen to the audiobook.
Ooh.
What was her name?
Oh my.
Kate Mulgrew?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Kate Mulgrew is the narrator. She is an awesome narrator. Like, she is great. Like,
talk about the willies.
Oh my goodness. Especially if you're listening to the book on, like, headphones, earbuds. Yoga.
I bet you won't do it while lying in the bed at night with the light off. I bet you won't do it. And that's coming from an adult. I'm in my 30s. Bet you won't.
Oh man. She can get creepy. Like, that's pretty good. Like, she's a great narrator.
I've been trying to do an impression of her voice since I heard it and I can't get it, but it is creepy.
And I believe it's not the first time she's narrated a book for Joe Hill. I think she's done another one. I don't remember what it was. But if you don't know, Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. So
looks just like him. A young version of Stephen King.
Yeah. You see that?
Oh, they can see it.
Like Stephen King. But anyway, he is an awesome storyteller, just like his dad.
Yeah.
He gets creepy with it. He really does.
The best part about it to me is that, just like Stephen King, he can, like, it makes you feel like if this were to happen in real life, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise.
Right.
Like, it's so twisted up in the real world that it's like, ugh.
It's like, oh man, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a good book. It's a good show. Watch it, read it. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Yes.
There's that part.
Yeah. So, not good for someone faint of heart that doesn't like scary stuff. Because it's very creepy.
But I think the audiobook is more creepy than the show.
I think so too. Because you get to imagine it and it's like in your ear.
It's in your ear.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good book. A good show. Watch it. Enjoy it. Read it. The next one is... Oh, Nosferatu. Where did we watch that one? Was that Hulu?
That was... I want to say it was Hulu.
I think it was Hulu. Yes. Okay, the next one is called You. Y-O-U.
They've heard of this one. They might not have seen it, but they've heard of it. You has trended.
Oh, it is?
The show and the book both have trended worldwide. They've heard of You.
Yeah. It's by... It's a show based on a book by Caroline Kepnes. This is what it looks like. That's actually what the first... Can you even see with the glare?
They can see it.
Oh. The first book cover looked like here in the States. Yeah. This is actually the audiobook in CD form. It's also... I actually read the book before I got the audiobook. It is narrated by Santino Fontana. Is that the same dude that... No, it's not. But anyway, the new version of the audiobook is narrated by the actual guy in the show.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah.
I might have to listen to it.
This is the old version. So that's why it's Santino Fontana. But the new version of the audiobook is narrated by the dude in the show. And that's actually a series of 2 books. I don't know. I don't think there's a third one. The second book is Hidden Bodies, which I have not read. And we stopped the show after, the first season?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to read the book.
Because she wants to read the book first.
Because I don't want it to ruin the book. Like, come on. What?
As many as we got in the first season, you really concerned about it ruining the book?
Yes.
Now, listen, I remember back in the day, it was early in our relationship, I told her not to tell me too much about a book because I wanted to read it. And she said, well, to her, knowing what happens at the end of the book doesn't ruin the book.
It's about how you get there.
Exactly. So, how does a show that's not following the book exactly ruin the book?
But I don't know if it's going to follow the second book.
But you know it isn't.
I don't know.
Because the first one didn't.
Well, the first one, for the most part, did. The first season pretty much did.
I remember you saying though.
Well, I did, but it was for, like, small stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, You actually follows the book to a T, especially in the beginning. As you start getting into the story, they change a few things.
Which is like what Game of Thrones did. It was to a T. To a T. But we're not talking about Game of Thrones.
No, we're not.
Because I'll go off.
Oh my. No, we're not talking about... No. You see blood.
He's a psychopath.
You see blood.
Well,
hidden bodies.
Sociopath.
Yes. He's a stalker. Yes, you will root for the bad guy. You'll be like, yeah, Joe, go get him, dude.
Go murder someone, Joe.
And then you stop and think like, huh, I just rooted for the guy killing the people.
Makes you question things about your own self.
It does.
He's just really impulsive.
He is.
You know, it's like if you know how everybody has like the dark side of the mind, where things come into your brain where it's like just twisted, but you don't act on them because obviously you're a human and you know better. He doesn't have that part. He doesn't have the conscience to tell himself, don't do this. His impulse just takes over, and if it's time, it's time.
Yeah. And he justifies it.
Yep.
Like, to him, he did the right thing.
Like, you'll see him deal with a little bit of guilt for a second, but then it's like, but this is why I did it. Mm-hmm. So now I'm good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's really good.
It is.
Like, really, really good. I haven't read the book, but the show is killing it for me. Yeah. Like, I love it.
I think it's great storytelling, especially great storytelling, if an author can actually make you, the reader, root for the bad guy. Like, because it's like, no, you want to hate the bad guy. You want to say, no, he's terrible. Like, you do say he's terrible, but then the next second you're like,
yeah, Joe, yeah, that person was terrible.
That was me. I was audibly rooting for him. Like,
right.
Go get her, Joe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Peach. Ugh.
Don't give anything away.
I know.
It's too good of a show to give away.
But when you get introduced to Peach, you're gonna be like, ugh, Peach.
You're probably gonna question how much you actually like Beck too, which is the person he's stalking.
Yes.
It's like, Joe.
In the book, you also question Beck, like, yeah, a lot. Like, you're like, ugh. Like, there's not really any likable characters except for Joe.
Murderous sociopath.
Yeah.
I think that's why she was getting a little bit of backlash too, the author, for writing this story, because people were rooting for Joe, and it's like, you know, you gotta question yourself when,
right.
when you start rooting for a sociopathic murderer. Like, it's
But hey, I mean,
it's your own problem though.
Right. I mean, as long as you don't go acting on it too, you know, it's all good.
So I wanted to bring up something now that we're done discussing those. I wanted to bring up something before y'all click off. Hold on. We're trying to get better about not talking forever.
We're trying.
Our first two videos, we know, ridiculous. We know the third video was a little bit shorter than the first two. We know this one's a little bit shorter than the third one. We're trying.
We just talk.
We're trying though. We're trying to get it down to where it's more acceptable. But we want you to understand that we come from a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, we had a podcast. We still have a podcast. We haven't done any episodes in a while, but we have one. And it's hard to stop ourselves from talking a little too much. But we're working on it. We promise you we are. And we're going to get better. This is my wife has never done YouTube before.
No.
So we're working on, streamlining the process and making everything a little bit better every time for you guys. And we welcome feedback in the comment section.
Yes. Oh, and I've been notified by our video editor, the hubby here, that I look at the camera screen
over there
a lot more than I look at the lens. So I'm trying to work on looking at the lens.
See, we're working on it.
We're working on it.
We're working on stuff. I still have my quirks too. So
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to look into that
It's a tiny
dark circle.
It's a tiny little circle versus a rectangle screen where you're at, and there's colors and
yeah. I mean,
it's hard to not look there.
exactly. And sometimes I'm like, is my head just crooked the whole time?
And I'm like, am I ugly? Am I really that ugly? Yes is the answer sometimes, but you know,
like, is my head looking that round and big? Like, yeah, I stare at the screen.
and then sometimes you want to know if like you've gone off center to where you're just like this,
Right.
and
Which
it's just-
I think you did quite a bit.
I did.
Last time.
in the second or third video I was like that.
And I was trying to pull you over from the bottom so no one would see.
So we're trying.
We're trying.
And we're gonna get better. We promise you.
It's a learning process.
We're gonna keep making videos regardless of numbers. So regardless of view count, regardless of comments, likes, whatever, we're gonna keep making videos for the people who do want to see it. You know what I'm saying? And for us, because this is good for us too.
Right.
To get it out there, you know, talk about stuff and you know, just entertain because we love it.
We do.
It's stuff we love to do.
Especially now that we can't talk to people in person.
And then when we can go out again, when it's safe to go out, because we're not going out until it's safe to go out,
Right.
then we'll start recording stuff outside too, like more out in the world and stuff like that. And we want you guys to come along with us, you know.
Yes.
So feel free to subscribe, hit that thumb, comment down below what you guys would like to see from us, or if you have any comments about the shows, books, or anything that we talk about, any games that we'll play eventually, anything you know of.
Any recommendations of like, what should we watch? What should we talk about?
All that.
What should we do?
All that. Ears are open, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think that's it.
I think it is.
Alrighty.
Toodles. See you guys.
Later.